Hi Neil, how are you
Hello,
doing?
Peter. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's nice to see you again. Thank you for the opportunity.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so today I'm with Peter Harvey. I'm going to let Peter explain who he is and what he does.
Thank you, Neil. Right, and some people already know me. My name's Peter Harvey, as Neil already said. I'm the National Vice Chairman for the Motor Schools Association. I've been in this position for about 3 years now. I was a chairman before that for around 28, 29 years.
Okay.
I'm a full-time working driving instructor. Well, not full-time anymore, part-time working driving instructor, and still teach people to drive on a almost daily basis, teaching learners and ADIs, PDIs.
Brilliant. That sounds good. So, who are the MSA, Peter?
That's a good question. The the MSA, most people will know it as the Motor Schools Association of Great Britain Limited, right? Which what the title was originally. We call it MSA GB for short. We're one of the longest established national bodies for driver trainers around the world, to be honest. We set up back in 1935, just before the introduction of the driving test. Whole idea then was to set up some sort of organisation that could represent driving instructors. We're a trade association for all driver trainers in Great Britain. We represent thousands of instructors around the country, provide members with information both electronically and in print. But one thing that's really important is we're a not-for-profit organisation, so everything that we do is to go back in to help members. We're wholly owned and run entirely but for the benefit of members, and none of us get paid for what we do as a salary. We're allowed to claim expenses, those kind of normal things that you would expect.
Okay. So what do the MSA offer then?
Well, what do we do? We offer um, I suppose the way to look at it is to say we offer a full range of services. We have a full range of services, included in your membership fee. Further services at discounted prices to organisations out with the MSA, which would help benefit the member to get some, if they wanted to buy something or wanted to do something, or something that would help them with their trade, as it were. The most important thing, I suppose, is that we include public liability and professional indemnity insurance to every member in the cost of their membership fee, their annual fee. We decided to keep that in the membership fee because it kept people, or made it easy for people when they're doing their job to know that they are covered for insurance rather than thinking, did I buy it this year? Did I not? All those kind of things. And as you know, most big organisations now insist that you have some sort of cover. We cover you for up to £15 million. Hopefully, you're never going to have to use it, but if you do, it's there to help you along.
Okay. Yeah, good. So, obviously that's for both PDIs and ADIs, isn't it? Is that correct?
It's for both. What's for either? It's whenever you become a member of the association. And I suppose I should really make it clear. Once you become a member, you can become a full member as long as you're an ADI. But your membership's open to anybody else who works in the driver training world. And people often ask me, what's the difference? What do I get different for my money? It's a really big thing. You're not allowed to vote at an AGM. And who cares, basically? But it's the way the Constitution's set up. That's just the way it is. And we've looked into trying to change it to make it sound different, but it's not really worth the effort. Nobody ever bothers about it. And sometimes people think, well, maybe I won't be allowed in. Yes, of course you will. As long as you're in the driver training industry, either training or further on.
Okay. And what advice would the MSA offer somebody that's looking to come into the industry?
The first thing I would say is get yourself into something. Get yourself into an organisation, whether it be a national organisation like MSA or any of the other national organisations for that matter. Get yourself into an organisation that can keep you up to date. MSA, we try to make sure that we provide information, representation, and services, but mainly support to all driver or rider trainers in the country. People very often think, oh, well, that's a bit expensive. I don't think I need that. It's probably about the cost of 2 driving lessons a year, to keep you into it. And what an organisation I was in once said, "You better to have it and not to need it than to need it and not to have it." Right? The amount of things that we can do for people, the things that we can offer to trainees or ADIs, it's just not available via the internet, I suppose, is the way I should look at it. And I'm sure you've been at many meetings, Neil, where you've heard people telling what's actually going to happen as against what was blown out of all proportion from someplace else. So my first thing would be get yourself into an organisation. As I said before, our aim is to keep members informed of any matters of interest to them and represent their views to government departments, DVSA, all those kind of things. Mainly to give them support as well when something goes wrong. It's not just about buying services. But very often, if you get a knock on the door or knocking an email from DVSA, very often people don't know what to do or how to handle that. That's what we do. We make sure that people are looked after and they're being treated fairly.
Okay, and that sounds really good and comprehensive. Is there anything that you would say a PDI or somebody looking to come into the industry should do specially?
Yeah, I think the thing they should do before they come into the industry is do their research a bit better than what they do now. I spend a lot of my time in MSA trying to help people who have come into the industry, seeing this, I suppose, golden amount of money that they may be able to earn. Thing that I find is the biggest problem, people don't tend to read contracts. They decide, oh, it's okay, I'll just sign that. Don't sign something if you don't know why you're signing it. If you're with a legitimate trainer, a sensible trainer, they're not going to ask you to do something you shouldn't be doing. But anybody that's just asking you to sign off that you've done something and you don't think you have, don't sign it. You wouldn't do it in any other walk of life. Don't do it in this one. Make sure that you're being looked after. And, you have to remember that sometimes people are salesmen. Their idea is to, you might be the best driver they've seen today, but maybe the person tomorrow will be the best driver they've seen today as well. So you have to think about all of those things first.
Yeah. Okay, so that's really good advice, and it's really nice to know what the MSA do.
Yeah.
So if I could thank you for your time, Peter, that would be brilliant. Yeah.
Thank you very much. The only other thing I would add, we are open from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock, every working day, closing bank holidays, of course. Thing we pride ourselves on, if you're a member, even if you're not a member, somebody's going to answer the phone. If you don't get an answer, you might have to leave a message, but somebody will phone you back within a shorter period of time as they can. You're not going to be talking to voicemails and all those kind of things. If you want the phone number, I can give you that.
Yeah, you can do, yeah.
That's 01787 221 020 or simply info@msagb.com.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Neil.